Viewer beware. You're in for a scare. I know that was stupid. That was much better, thank you. Yes. Due to this cursed next game, my cameraman slash editor has turned from a ghost into a fat green horned thing. I mean, if he didn't put on the mask that came with this, side note, this doesn't come with a mask, if you're wondering. But anyways, so, Goosebumps. Heartland. So, this was a very fun game for me. Like, I know I ended up playing it more than I did the Ghost Rider. I played it more than Ghost Rider, definitely. I'm trying to think of any others in this list might have played it more than. But, to be honest, can't really think of many. Other than... Oh, anyways. But, continuing on with Goosebumps Heartland. I remember the bare minimum of this is get enough coins to get out of the Heartland. You need to... So you're stuck in the Goosebumps Heartland, and you have to play the mini games, which may end your life. But who cares? You're the protagonist. You have invincibility. But so got a few dozen tokens here. So live a pulse pounding live a pulse pounding Goosebumps adventure. Spine tingling stories. Accept an invitation to the world's greatest horror-themed amusement park, but beware, nothing in Horrorland is as it seems. Yeah, like all the monsters are actual monsters, and not people in suits. You see all that fat? That is their fat. It's not just the suit making them look fat, they are fat. Which is humorous. Let's see. 30 thrilling rides and games. Survive Shock and Roll. Work on your swing in Putt Cemetery. Or fight to the finish in Mummy Run as you desperately try to escape Horrorland. And multiplayer features. Play in story or arcade mode. Compete with friends in ghoulish multiplayer challenges, and collect the monster cards. Well, the main thing I remember about the multiplayer thing is my brother and I would end up playing like some of the earlier games in like more of the early mini games, and we would just be up playing like either getting the most points in the Wheel of Death, Wheel of Misfortune, I think it was.
Oh, Spooky Scary Cameraman was better than you.
Well, you probably were.
Ooh, Spooky Scary Cameraman's favorite game.
Yes, this is indeed Spooky Scary Cameraman's favorite game. Oh hey, the monster curse went away. Oh hey, the monster curse went away. How do you have your booklet? No, you don't. Well, that's 2 games in a row. I can't really do more than just tell you personal experiences with this game. No, more of these are just things that are dark themed, like horror movies, like, or maybe not horror movies, but thrillers, or thrillers. Just I'm trying to think of another word, but Da 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 da. Anyway, so aside from thrillers, like there were a general set of mini games of you were either riding on a roller coaster or trying to follow the instructions of mini games. So this is one of those games that is just nothing but mini game on mini game, and definitely something you could play multiplayer on a lot, just to try to get as good a score to beat whoever's going against you. Like in the swamp area, you end up being able to go onto this thing where you have to try to stay on the rolling log as long as you can, and then that can occasionally get like strange in how finicky it can get.
It was a PS2 game. Ooh, spooky, scary cameraman. It was good quality for back in the day.
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky, scary cameraman has spoken.
So, yeah. What I remember majority of the actual plot of the game is you are a kid that gets stuck in this place. Eventually you find a girl that's also stuck in here, and you try to help her. But anyway, so now a lot of these were like rides based on things that happened during the series. So I guess I could go over a few of my favorite episodes. Like, for example, the slime that overtook an entire house. Like, it ends up kind of eating everything in the house, just starting with the dog, and then actually, I think it was scared of the dog, and after the slime was defeated, it somehow managed to get its way onto the airplane, and ended up being another half of an episode.
Ooh, spooky, scary cameraman likes the dummy.
The what?
The dummy.
Oh yeah. Dummy that
Goosebumps Horrorland, Revenge of the Dummy.
Revenge of the Dummy. That. No, for some reason, small dolls that are roughly the size of a small child, people like making horror out of that for some fucking reason.
Because it's scary.
And then that made me hate the idea of ever having anything like that.
Anything smaller than 3 feet.
Unless, of course, it was an actual human child that
Which
I
are
had to
pretty
raise.
scary too.
Yeah, human children can be very terrifying. Especially when they go into a fit of rage and just don't stop screaming at you going,
And they
I want
break
the
all
puppy.
your stuff. Ooh, spooky, scary cameraman has spoken again.
We can,
Ooh.
yeah. Anyway, so, on to other episodes that we like, though. Like, I remember, like, there was a horror hour where there were, I think I remember there was something called, like, a horror hour, where it was a movie from the Goosebumps thing. It ended up being a creature with 2 heads.
It was their Halloween game special.
Yeah, it was a Halloween special many years ago. And I remember, like, that would end up coming on a lot. Eventually, I would... But, on the topic of scary shows then, truth or scare, how many of you... just in the comments, who has seen the show Truth or Scare? Or Mystery Hunters. Both were on Discovery Kids for a time.
How about Mostly Ghostly on Netflix by R.L. Starling?
I have no idea about that. Anyways, like I was saying, Truth or Scare is kind of like Goosebumps. It ended up being just a general horror show where... Now this was something that kind of went on year round and stayed through the fall and winter, and it was running for a good couple years. Like, it basically went into all the things that would end up being like Halloween / scary related, and tell you a lot of the origins behind it, some of the deeper meanings of certain things, and it would be more of just a factual show. But yeah, so... But again, the only game I have that would actually belong on a scary game list, in my opinion, is just the amount of fat these things have.
What was the game's rating? You never said that.
I never had a rating, spooky ghost voice. But fine, if I had... Again, this is number 11.
Is it 14 or what is it?
Oh, it's
game's rating.
It's rated E, 10 and up. E, 10 plus. So, any...
You're retarded. Ooh, spooky ghost man has spoken.
So, I give this thing
he's going to retaliate by throwing them at me.
So I rate this 20 tokens out of 10.
Ooh.
You have to pay too much to win. But anyways, I know it's a bad joke, but this is a fairly good game. But I guess this concludes this episode. It probably wouldn't be that good of an idea to just leave you with nothing, but I will assure you that tomorrow night will be a far more magical evening. I will see you next time. Click the I for other shit. Booga booga.